Let's get her done.
Great.
So we're approving minutes for both the September and November?
Yeah, our new city clerk found that we hadn't done that, so exactly.
Oh, okay. But we approved October.
Yes, we did. October was our retreat. Mhm. So we approved October's in November. Okay, so does someone want to motion and then someone approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the September 12th and November 14th, 2022 meetings.
I
Okay,
second that emotion.
okay.
Second that motion. Isn't it a motion?
A motion.
Motion. It always sounds like.
Second that
motion when I say
emotion is a song from the 70s, actually.
Why can't I
yeah.
just say me too?
That was Motown, baby. That was the
That
best
was
stuff ever.
Motown, yeah, absolutely.
That'll be great.
Now I gotta pull up the other attachments. Okay, so now the next thing would be new business, and I'll try to pull up the agenda here. Not the agenda, but you guys wanted to talk about reviewing 2023 plans, so let me pull that up.
Okay.
I think I sent over the Excel version.
Yeah, you did. Let's see.
There's Donna.
Okay, I'm getting it here. Steve, this probably drives you crazy as a tech person and you're watching me just go like super slow.
No, I've learned to be patient, right? No, it is funny though, because like 10 minutes before this meeting, my laptop decided that it just wasn't gonna work. And so I was like pulling a Logitech camera out of a box and slamming everything together in the 10 minutes before this meeting, so it would work.
Okay.
Okay, so page 1, I think Dylan's not here. And that
Yeah.
was the murals in downtown. I think you want to go back up. You were on
Okay,
page
yeah,
1.
so the city clerk, she reformatted it a little bit on Friday for me, so, or just did it. Okay, so I think this is the page, Donna.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is page 1. Okay.
Item 2. Yes.
So what was your question, Donna?
Are we moving forward with looking at murals this year for
Oh, yes.
downtown? Okay, so
Um,
that one is pretty much a solid go.
Yeah, so Dylan, has left the department and left the Arts Commission, but he's still here, but, so I'm gonna do my best to carry that one forward. The city, we normally have 3 planners and we have 1, so.
So
It's-
maybe that's an agenda topic we need to have an update on. So Dylan's no longer part of the Arts Commission?
Yeah, he sent everybody an email in December. But I'm
Did it
wondering,
go to,
Donna,
did it go to the city? Because my city
want-
email just doesn't work.
right, Donna, that's what I'm just thinking. I'll try to remember to forward that to you, but yeah, so he's working in the Parks and Public Works Department. On capital projects, so it's good for him, it's good for the city. He's still here, but he's, not in his capacity, so,
Okay,
he got the murals pretty far. I think there is a document that we can use that legal has brought forward, so it's just a matter of trying to get, like Carousel, that building, that site is ready to go. It's just connecting with the landlords, so but yeah, Donna, we'll try to make that a goal for this year.
okay. Well, I'm sorry I missed his message, although the last, I'm not gonna lie, and I apologize if I haven't given everybody responses to emails or what have you, but I have been very, very sick for about over 2 months.
Oh,
So I'm almost better. Is what it is.
Well, you look good, Donna. Smoke and
little-
mirrors, you look
little-
good.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is smoke and mirrors, that is true, but I've not been well for about, it started right before Thanksgiving. So, yeah, so I feel better than I did throughout December. That is a plus.
Okay. Well, that's
Legal
great.
though. So, well, good for Dylan. Good for him, but sad for us.
Yeah, very sad for us.
Cool. All right. So, but we are gonna try and move forward because that's a big juicy part of our budget.
Yeah,
And I think the impact and legacy would be pretty significant.
I think you're right, and I think it's a dual goal in that it would not only bring some arts to the community, but I think it would help tourism and economic development. So I think it's a good thing.
And what can we help you with on that?
At this point, nothing. When we get to the point, if we can get approval on, like window stick, they have to do some repairs on that side of the building to make it so that the paint would adhere. So at that point, where you guys would come into play would be when we do some requests for some quotes, reviewing the art. The way it would go is it would start with you guys, you would recommend the art, and then it would go to the planning commission. And I think it just can be approved in the planning commission. I don't even think it has to go to the community development department. So that's when you guys would get, your role would be
Okay,
the art.
well, that's super cool.
Yeah. And then the wing loop, I was off the last half of December, so this is my second week back in the office, so I'm still trying to dig out. I've made a lot of progress, but I need to reach out to Wing Luke and see if we can get that going. And that would be nice to have something like that in the building, maybe in the winter time.
Yeah. And I think the next one up is you, Miss Cat, and Chalk the Block events. That's a go. I think we're mostly confirming we have a go in time frame. So
Yeah,
February-
and I was thinking of like revisiting or hitting up the YMCA and find out like when they've got some of the big tournaments going there for the kids. And because it works so well over the not only the 4th of July, but that weekend we did it where they had the tournaments going and the kids were coming down on their breaks between their games and, or the younger brothers and sisters or, whatever. So it worked out as a great kind of extracurricular thing going on, and babysitting for, we provided.
Is it, are those like soccer tournaments through the Y or are they through the city?
Well, they are using the Y's facilities.
Those fields are the Ys?
I think they're a combination of, don't they have some,
Well, it would probably be tournaments that have booked through the Parks Department.
okay,
Yeah, but the Y has been pretty good about attending the Chalk the Block events too.
yes,
And promoting them.
yes.
Yeah, I
Yes,
just didn't know. I was like, oh, is it a Y? I didn't know. So either, okay, so a summer, fall time frame seems like it's still a go with you, Kat. That
Yes.
would not, wouldn't itch into the spring unless. Well, who knows?
yeah, since it's such a weather permitting.
Shots of snow. I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
But
Okay.
Kat,
Figure that.
Kat, Snoqualmie Days is the challenge for you because you've got commitments and there's really, but the one thing that they were at last year was the block party, which is in September, and that's up on the ridge, so that might be a good event. Maybe if there was 2 events, one downtown and maybe one up on the ridge for Talk the Block, I don't know.
I don't know, is it, and there's yes, you're right, as far as Snoqualmie Days is definitely a conflict for me. But that weekend we have the plein air, the junior plein air and the adult plein air. So I don't think we necessarily need to worry about any chalk the block activities downtown.
I would agree, yeah.
during that weekend. But if we can keep it into, you know, late June, July type of thing, because July is when Thomas comes. We've got Red, White, and Boom, you know, that kind of stuff.
Okay,
I think through this list, let's, because we have a long list, let's confirm the timing that we're intending and if it's still a go for 2023. The details we'll get into as we get closer into the year, because I just worry we're gonna run out of time.
yeah.
So Steve, City Hall Gallery setup and reception. You had a February 20, this next month.
Yeah.
Is that feeling a little unachievable or?
No, no, it's right on schedule.
On schedule. Good job.
So
that's a yes
I was sent all the information just prior to the holidays. So I thought it best to wait until you know, January to do the reach out with the artists, but I will do that. I will do that in the next day or two. And then and there was one artist that I think was already mostly on the hook for this first one anyway. But I'll get that all put out. I had to get my city email set up, and so now that I've been a good boy and done that, thank you, Nicole, because I totally whiffed and just I didn't see you had sent all that stuff to the city account, so I did that. So yeah, so I'll get that put together, and yeah, it'll be, it's not gonna be February 1st, but it'll be in February.
Do
So
you need
Steve,
any? Oh, sorry, Nicole.
I was just gonna say, Steve, let's communicate together, because depending on the gallery and wing loop, different things, but so let's kind of work concurrently and see how we can activate, because we have the ability to do galleries on the first and the second floors or one or the other, so we can both be kind of coming at that together.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Sorry, I assumed when you said wing loop, you meant next winter. But if you mean for now, yeah, for sure, I will check in with you.
Okay, cool.
And do you need to have any kind of community email blast notification or anything like that? Does that need to be engaged?
I have the out to the community to announce that we're doing the art thing. I don't have access to any of that right now.
Okay.
Is that something we run through, Nicole?
Yeah, I can help you with that.
Nicole is great with copy. She's got a great way with words.
Yeah, and Nicole, I live like a block from
Yeah.
City Hall, so if you want to just get together and meet, we can bang through any of that stuff.
Okay.
Well, that's wonderful. So it sounds like we will have some events here in the next, month or so for the community, which was our goal, was to
Yeah.
have more around the entire year. Plain air. Actually, Nicole H and I have not caught up with each other, but I have been horrible sick. So I haven't caught up with many. So, but
You're not behind, Donna. There's plenty of time on that.
but we do need to work on that. And there is thoughts of moving it to a different day. So not having it on Snoqualmie days. So what about art fair slam downtown? How about Michelle and Steve?
And Dennis.
I thought it was Ollie. I'm sorry, Dennis, my bad. So how are you guys doing in terms of planning for an art fair in lieu of a wine walk?
I have made contact with the person who was the event coordinator in North Bend for the just to find out what was going on for the Artist Sunday that happens on the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And she and I met to talk about the wine walk and the art walk for coming up, and also what she's done in the past. She is in North Bend, and North Bend has a train depot. We have a train depot, and when Dennis and I met, we came up with a great idea to, well, this is just an idea, but it's great. To make the art walk be an art train. And so that we can put the train theme into joining the two locations. And try to use that as a, I'm going to say a palette to create connectivity and have things happen back and forth. I wish Dennis, I can't see Dennis's picture, Dennis's
Did I
face.
go away?
Oh, you're there.
Oh, here he is. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Oh, and the other thing is that we were sort of stymied about what the date was because we didn't have a calendar. And I have researched all of our communities around us to find out what's going on in their summer, and they don't have anything happening. May, they've gone as far as May. I do know that the school calendars, when their graduation days are, I just wanted to find dates that we could avoid so that we wouldn't overlap any of the community events. So we wouldn't have, so we could have a maximum attendance.
Can
And
I ask a question or two? First
Sure.
off, I think it's awesome that you're connecting the two communities and using the train. I think that's amazing. The train has been used like wine trains, different things. Are you thinking something like at each location in Depot, like a gallery or a little art demos, and then people ride the train? Because if it's something like that, it doesn't have to be summer. That could be a good thing to do in the shoulder season too, when people are looking for activities to do in non-good weather.
oh, that's a good idea. Well, then let's have two. Because I think it would be great to have something that brought more people to the merchant, be able to be in town, on the ridge and in downtown, and have the merchants somehow benefit from the added population during our art walk. So it could be an art train, a true one, and a there's a good word. There'll be one with a theme, if it could have a train theme and somehow link things together.
Rivers and railroads, that was a good theme last year. Did you coin that one? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I think that was just we used it for plein air and it was really nice. I know that they linked the two communities together with like the Santa train and things like that.
The
So
train
I think
actually runs from like April to, it just stopped running on the weekends. So it
Yeah.
consistently runs like at least half the year.
Yes,
And I would think in the fall, it might be quite beautiful to be on the
Right.
train in the
And
fall
give you-
season.
And give you guys some time to plan it. I have to say, I was a little nervous about the infrastructure and the cost with an art fair, whether it's tents and vendors and everything. So I think using your resources of what you have in the community, and I think this is really cool.
good. Hey,
Do we-
Dennis, did you hear that?
I do, and I'm wondering, do we have, you were mentioning the calendar, and I heard mention about the fall potentially being a good time to slide this in, and I'm wondering about like mid-September. We've got the kids back in school, everybody's kind of back from vacations, and we've got kind of the biggest opportunity for getting traffic through.
Yeah, October, they start to do Halloween trains. So I
Right.
think September would be your sweet spot.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I like that thinking. That'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. That'll be great. That'll give us more time to get things lined up. And I do want to say that I did attend the November, I think it was 27th, Sunday, Artist Sunday, that is national. And it's also international. Some other countries have linked onto that, and it would be really neat to join that whole picture. I did at the depot there in North Bend. It was so crowded. We don't want to have that feeling during our art walk, to try to be in the depot while the train is trying to load riders. They had, when you walk in their front door, on the right is the sign up window for riding the train, and then the whole depot area was filled with artists. And I say filled, and they were supposed to be 9 and only 7 showed up, and I think that's a blessing. It was jammed. They had heated apple cider, and you couldn't walk around carefully with your little styrofoam cup of apple cider without having to worry about bumping into people. It was too tight. So that would be something for us to pay attention to, I think, in planning. I like the fact that I was there in November and it was cold outside, and it would be really nice if we did something in September, if we could do it. I think that the weather might be an iffy something. That would be, we might have to put umbrellas in our invitations on our signage so that people will be protected.
That third weekend in September, according to the Farmer's Almanac, is one of the best weather weekends in the
Right.
area. So
Yeah, I don't find September to be iffy.
Yeah, we
I-
went for
I
100
find
days
June to
without
be iffy.
rainfall.
Right.
June always seems to be kind of iffy around here.
Yeah, I think actually
That's a good point. Okay. I
lately,
like that.
lately our biggest consideration has actually been smoke as opposed
Right.
to rain.
More smoke.
Yeah. And
But we had
that's,
smoke more in October than we did even September.
and that was unusual. Yeah,
Yeah.
usually we've had it August. So
Right.
I would say plan for September. There's not a lot of community events going on at the end of September. So just to say, as you want to keep it going, Donna, maybe just say September and
Okay,
else to
Yes.
follow.
we'll put September as our tentative.
And can we call it the art train?
Are we calling it a train? You've called it a walk now, a train and a fair. So where are we landing?
Dennis?
Well, I do like the idea of, get on the art train. I think that, having something that allows us to connect to communities and allows us to kind of unify that whole vision, I think makes a lot of sense. There's a
What
lot
if
of
you-
walks.
You could call it VAT, Valley Art Train. Let's go
Yeah.
to the VAT. Well, find some cute acronym or something that for promoting
Right.
it, because
Right.
that would be kind of cute. But yeah, because I do think it would be, I wonder if it's possible if you could even have artists in action on the actual train.
That's part of my
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, so it's like if you could have a few on the train and then both depots, like people are selling stuff, people are making, I mean, I think it would be pretty neat.
Are you
It'd
looking
be
at
original.
like a wine train again, like they can get on and have wine between the two depots? I'm assuming it's a big deal to be serving like at the depots and stuff, but could they, I don't know what was entailed in doing the wine train before, but sometimes
We'd have to check that out. The one thing I'll say that the museum is your 501c3. I just don't know how keen Richard is into doing things with alcohol, but there, you know, it could also be a banquet permit. I think there's more conversation to have there. Or if maybe there wasn't wine on the train, maybe it was at the depot, or maybe it's just an event that it's a dry event. Maybe it doesn't have to be wine.
And
you know?
maybe the merchants, you
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
they can
Going
go
to have
ahead
to
and
be.
sign up their own wineries. They can sign up for their own permits.
Yeah.
We encourage you to do that. Make it an event for your, you know, your space. But we're doing this part. If you want to make it bigger for your space, we'll promote
Right.
it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
And while you're talking about that, I would like to maybe talk to, I'll talk to all of you right now. I want to approach, I think Dory has the leadership for the merchants, is that correct?
Yes.
I'd like to approach her and ask her about that, unless it would be better to have an invitation or something from the whole Arts Commission, where we're suggesting that they have their own and let them know that what we're doing in September.
I'm supposed to be meeting with Dory here shortly, just to talk about events and timing, but I think what Dawn is thinking, again, this idea, you guys continue to work on it, but maybe if the art is centered on the train and the depots, that's the art element, and if there's, to keep you guys out of the alcohol element, if the businesses on that side of the street, if that's where they want to go for some tastings and different things, you're just, I don't know, you're kind of expanding the footprint a little bit, but the downtown merchants could do the wine element, you guys could do the art element. I don't know.
That,
just a
but
thought.
that was our thinking, exactly our thinking. And I have everything for the wine walk.
Yeah,
I have the timeline that Sally Rackets had developed on how many days before your event and all that detail.
Yeah.
So I wish I could. So how do I link up with Dory?
I will say, Michelle, let me check with Dory about some of the different timing of events throughout the year. And I mean, it's really not me totally stepping on your toes, because I am the liaison to this commission. So
Right.
let me start that conversation and see what we have. I think that they are looking for events, so I think they would be open to this. So let me have that conversation with Dory, and then I can report back to you guys.
I love it. I love it.
I have actually a balloon to float here. Just kind of kicking around very, very briefly. We're talking about acronyms and names for the event. So I don't know if I can get this in front of the camera here. Let's see here.
Oh, you have a background, so we can't see it.
Okay, is that showing up?
Not really.
No, you can put
Okay.
a little closer to your camera.
Oh, no, the
I
background will
tried,
take
but
it over.
It fades out because of the, let's see here. I don't know.
Because he's got the
just-
beautiful background.
Yeah, well, tell you what, let me get rid of that briefly, just a sec here.
Let me promote you.
Okay, let's do it this way. Okay. So,
Snoqualmie, did you want to read it to us?
no, I'm gonna read it to you. It's not working. Okay, so what if we call it Snowcat? As in Snoqualmie, catch the art train.
Snoqualmie.
As in,
So SNO with a capital CAT.
correct.
Snoqualmie catch art train. That's cute.
Yeah.
Would North Bend like that though?
Well, I think we can add in Snoqualmie Valley. We
I
could,
want,
you know,
that's what I'd like. We can call
Yeah.
it the Snow Val. We can call it the Snow Val Cat.
Well, I think actually we call it Snowcat and just make Valley part of
Well,
the.
wait, Snowcat could be Snoqualmie North Bend catch the art train.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Because you got an S and an N already.
Oh,
We have to
I
be careful
love
with the B though, that we don't want to be Snobcat.
But I like where you're going with this. It's
Yeah,
cute. It's
me
creative.
too.
I
Yeah.
think you need to have a little catchy something. It'll make it easy to market and make it kind of fun.
I agree.
But yeah, I like where you're going with it.
Me
It's cute.
too. Very good, Dennis.
It's a start.
So it sounds like you guys have you've gotten together, had some great ideas. And I think
Indeed.
September is a better time frame. And you know, it's gonna be so pretty with the leaves, and we always have such beautiful
Right.
falls here.
Yeah, and I love
Yeah.
that. And we could even have it be the SS September Snoqualmie.
How many letters you putting in your acronyms?
Yeah.
You've got an alphabet to play with here.
Right.
But I think you're onto something. I really do. I think it's cute. It's fun. It's catchy. Okay, so that's art train. Plain air will probably be somewhere in the end of August. I don't know. I have to get together with Nicole. Like I said, I've been really, really sick. So it's not been fun because I can barely work. Pat, you weren't here when we were going through the list to determine what things we were going to keep. We had such an ambitious list when we first all met together in person that we were like, okay, let's carve out what's doable and let's leave some. In the second page of this agenda packet is the ones that we kind of left some saying to be determined maybe next year sort of thing. But Kat, your lucky we live in Snoqualmie idea, we left on the list. We didn't have much content. So if it's not something that's doable, that's fine. We'll just move it into possibly doing next year. But we didn't have any background of like what your thoughts were around that one.
Yeah, and I was actually just briefly before the meeting talking with Michelle and Nicole. And so since the schools are back in happening and stuff like that right now, I was wanting to contact the PTSA and, you know, kind of get the contact, and Michelle's going to send me some information for the arts departments and things like that, so we can kind of, you know, broach the idea to them and then see what their thoughts are on that as far as all of that. So that's something I did want to reach out to them, and if it's not doable for this school year, then yeah, absolutely, we can, you know, maybe move it to next year too.
Move it to next year. All of us love the lucky we live in Snoqualmie idea.
Yeah.
Of putting something around that, and maybe that's in some of your art fair, you know, stuff. I don't know, or maybe you could talk to the merchants about like we're doing this art train. Gonna stop calling it a fair. Art train. We want to market it with a lucky we live in the valley.
Yeah.
Or art theme or something like that. I don't know.
And maybe there might be some student artists that, you know, are, you know, if they're exceptional, that, you know, want to present their work too at the art train too. So we could.
Right.
since
That
it's-
was one of my wishes.
Kat, I was talking with one of the art gallery women the other day because I was just talking to them and I brought up the globes or the rocks. They might be interested in helping you guys with classes or doing that. So that could be a partner for you, would be someone with the gallery.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Because they've done some, I've seen them advertised, or they send me, like, we're doing something, a mosaic class or something like that.
Yeah.
It's mostly for kids and families and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
But
Which I
it
don't have
could
any kids
be,
that I know of, so I don't go.
it could be send the kids to the gallery to do the painting and then maybe the other element. I don't know, Kat, I think there could be something there for you with them.
Yeah, yeah, and especially if there is something where we could get it, since it'd be in September, and part of the things we've talked about too was, you know, kind of crafts for the holidays. Well, what if, you know, if we present it in September, but, you know, prior to that, they've been making things like holiday ornaments, you know, to hang on the trees, or, you know, that could be sold there to raise money for, you know, PTSA or whatever, you know, raise money for their arts and stuff like that. So lots and lots of possibilities.
So spring wouldn't be an ideal time frame, is what I'm hearing. More
Well,
fall.
it might just be, you know, kind of finding what their need is, like when,
Okay.
yeah, when do they, when do they foresee would be a ideal time of year to help out with this kind of a thing or undertake this kind of a project. And maybe they start in the spring and, bleeds over to, I don't know if there's summer activities or things like that, but that the kids can, participate in it. And this might be one outlet.
Be cute though, if you could put it around like Mother's Day, Father's Day.
Right. I do like dealing in the spring. I know for a fact that September is totally jammed with all sorts of meetings going on. Meet the new teacher, parent conference scheduling and all that. So it would be really good if we could start talking to schools now and collect their stuff. Have them, maybe we'll have a treasure box of everything that some kids can generate that we can plug in our September stuff to encourage more kids to do the same throughout the school year. Something like that. Yeah, because the kids are a captive audience. Okay. So what's next?
I have down a possible, and it's more, I would say winter 2023, so like November, December next year.
Okay,
Possibly open mic nights, Black Dog, that new Ridge Bar, which I'm gonna go to this weekend, Bindlestick or some other locations
oh, that'd be great.
for a different type of art instead of our mixed media type of materials. This would be hosted mics, so it'd be singing and comedy and that kind of art.
Performance art.
A little bit more performance art, yes, because I think we need to be a well-rounded art commission.
I agree.
Hey,
Love it.
Donna,
Yes,
are you
ma'am.
talking about Saints and Scholars? The Irish pub up there?
Yes, yes.
See what you think when you go up there as far as the acoustics. It's really loud in there when there's conversations going on. So
Yeah.
They have so much metal and glass around that sound is not absorbed.
so
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
just, yes, get your opinion this weekend as far as what you think about it.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee I'm going to have an opinion, but I will try. I saw that we have a new. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dennis.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying, I was there last night and I agree. I think it's a very bright sound space. There's just not much in the way of soft surfaces, and it's going to be really overwhelming, I think, having music in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Take a look at it. Nicole Weeby, I saw the painted mural at the Pineapple Place.
Well, I'm glad you did because she painted it literally like, I think the first couple of days when I was on vacation, and I drove up there today and it was already washed off. So I did send her, asked if she had a picture, but it looked, did it look cute, Donna?
Oh, it was really cute. And I think it was washed off because it did say happy holidays on it.
Okay, yeah.
And, it was a cute snow globe. It was really cute.
Just a little history on her. So she is I think Snoqualmie resident, I think in the county, but she's affiliated with a group of artists in North Bend. But she's very art centric. Her name's Sarah. She's awesome. And, artists, I think I said this to you guys last time, sometimes it's hard to be creative and artistic and also be administrative at the same time. And I have found her to have both sides of her brain working nicely. So I really enjoy working with her. And so I think she's done really good work for us and everything. So I look forward to maybe different things, that we could do with her. She also could be an option for the mural on the side of the building. And she works with, I think is it the Two Rivers School, and trying to involve some of the kids. So I think there's some big opportunities there with her, Sarah.
Oh, well, that's good. I think, you know, if we could get a Valentine's Day one somewhere, might be fun.
So, okay, I was thinking that too, Donna, on the carousel window, so.
Yeah,
And you,
definitely.
and then, so that was good, and then, but also in February, the Chamber's doing a big, I should have had this on the agenda, a big Twin Peaks event. And
Oh,
in the
yeah.
past, the Arts Commission had these painted things that they used to do, but I also thought maybe we could have her do something on that window that was Twin Peaks related, although I realize that's not very Art Commission. So I would follow your lead, whatever you guys wanted, but it might be nice to have something in February, kind of in the doldrums of winter, whether
Yeah,
it's Hearts or if it's Twin Peaks. I've never
Are you-
been a Twin Peaks fan, I'm gonna admit it,
Yeah,
but it is the third most popular clicked on website or page on our website. And the amount of people that come internationally here that are fans,
Yeah,
it's
it's
one
a
of those
big
things
deal.
where I can't ignore it, but yet the Chamber's doing it, I don't have to do it, I'll support her, but it's their event, so,
it makes no sense to me.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I
Steve,
got
what
an
did you
idea,
say?
Dennis. I got an idea, Dennis. What about Snow Bend Art Train?
Oh,
I like
Snoqualmie,
that.
North Bend.
Yeah,
Art Train, Snow Bend.
Snow bend.
snow
too bad
bend.
it's not a bendy route, it's a straight route.
Yeah, it isn't,
Snow bend
it
art
isn't,
train.
it is not a straight
As in,
line.
there's no bend.
Snow
Yeah,
Bend.
Snow bend.
So,
Um,
that's
Hmm.
one. I mean, we could go all day
Okay.
with these
Yeah.
acronyms.
Oh, yeah.
So Nicole,
Yeah.
have you checked in with the Chungs from like the ice cream company and stuff about the window paintings as well? Because I know they like to have their windows done. I don't know who they're working with.
I love their windows too. They work with the other artists that we have used, but I have to say my struggle with her is real on the
Yeah, no, and
administrative.
I understand, but
Yeah.
I just make sure you check in again, because that, you know, we could probably find some synergy there is what I'm saying.
I totally agree with you, Steve. And when we also get ready to do the request for quotes for 2 murals, both of those artists have experience with murals, and I think it's good to have more than one I would love to get quotes from both of them. I think they both do amazing work.
And the as the unofficial marketing intern for the for the downtown
Judy?
merchants,
Oh,
I'm the unpaid, I work for cookies. But the theme's gonna be falling for Snoqualmie,
yeah.
for the downtown merchants for Valentine's Day. So
Oh,
so
that's cute.
that'll be
oh, we
integrated
can use
through
it
them.
again in September.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the idea, was it's a twofer, right? So it's kind of the theme for the year, because it's also a touristy thing, right? Because, you know, people are coming and falling, you know, in love with the falls, and
Well,
then they need to
maybe
also
what
go and spend money.
Oh, that'd be cute if you could have like hearts coming down the falls.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, falling for snow.
Oh,
you
I
guys,
like
maybe
that.
what we do is we could do a Valentine's mural. And then I can always work with the chamber to do one for the Twin Peaks, but also I think still always trying to think of places on the ridge. And another place that just popped into my head is maybe the library. I have a partnership with them. I don't know, being that they're an entity with the library, they have to get a lot of approvals, but that would be nice too, to do something on their windows
Right.
that's art related, just to kind of try to keep it up there, or not keep it, we need to start bringing it up there.
Bring it
We're
up
starting
We need
do
to have
that.
it up here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
love that. Is there a way that we can ask the merchants on the ridge what they're interested in and how open they are to like a wine walk or whatever?
Yeah, that's something that the chamber and I need to start working with a couple of those merchants to try to see what we can do to create some sort of synergy or connectiveness with them. Actually, Donna, one of the things that I just realized I wanted to ask you guys, and it kind of goes in with this, and we talked about it before, was doing a community survey. I think Dennis had brought that up, and we have the you okay, Donna? You're
Yeah,
squinting.
Yeah, I'm not doing good. I'm
Okay,
gonna have to wrap up in a little bit. But
okay, if
I'll
you
be-
need to pop off, Kat.
I'll be okay. We'll keep
Okay.
us at quorum.
Yes, but we can, in February, we can do a survey in the utility bill stuffer, and you guys had talked about that, so I just needed to know tonight. If you wanted to do that, and maybe if you could come up with 3 or 4 questions, and we could put that in there and see what kind of a response we could get, or what you're seeking to find out from the community.
That'd be great. Can we just shoot you our ideas without having everything polished?
Let's do that for sake of time. If you guys can send me, if you have any questions that you want, it's good to keep it 3 to 5 questions, so it would
Okay.
be, usually they're kind of like this, a third of a sheet, insert inside the bill, and we
Right.
have a barcode on there, and we'd have people, answer it or go to the website, so just to get an idea what's important to them.
May I ask a question? What
course.
utility bill is this being stuffed in? Because I don't get any utility bill from the city of Snoqualmie.
This is a true statement on it. It's the water bill. Do you get everything online?
No, I'm in a townhome and my water bill goes to them. I
Okay.
pay my dues
Okay.
is part of that. So I think that we might be missing a big population.
We do miss a certain population 100%, because not everybody's got that, and it would also be something we could do a press release. We could also do some social media. We can put it in the ROA, so we can use all the same tools that we normally do
Oh,
to try to reach everybody. So, it'd be like, take the art survey, let us know what you want to know, art's alive in Snoqualmie, that kind of thing, but I don't think we've done that in a few years. Steve, did they
Okay.
ever do that before?
The survey or the using of the water bill?
The survey, has there been a survey?
I don't recall. I don't recall, but it doesn't mean that we didn't do it, but I don't remember it.
Okay.
So I think the question to this group is, what goal and information would we want to know in
Yeah.
this survey? And you're gonna have to get a bit granular, not like, I want to know if somebody's interested in, like what would be our overarching information that we would want to know.
For me, it would be, I want to know about their participation, if they would welcome having artists out on their sidewalk and stuff like
Okay,
that.
so you would want to know if they have participated in prior art events and likelihood of participating in future events.
Right. That's one thing for me.
That would be a question, I would think, is a good one.
Yeah.
Is, yes or no, have you participated in any of the Snoqualmie art events? And we could
you're
listen.
talking though about Donna, you're talking about a survey to the general population, right?
That's what my understanding would be,
Right,
yes.
and-
If I,
Okay, I just want to make sure that because
misunderstood.
that sounded a lot like the same question that you had just had, sorry, brain fail, about the merchants specifically, but yeah, but this is.
Yeah, and then I would like to.
I'm pointing, like you guys can see who I'm pointing at.
one of my employees does that to me all the time. She's like, Donna, it's right there. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't see. where
Donna, you're a
pointing,
total
Deborah."
bottom
Donna.
right, I just gotta tell you.
Yeah, see where you're pointing, Deborah. Can't see where you're pointing.
So then I want 2 surveys. I do want to survey the merchants.
Well, let's get to the merchants later. This is a survey to the general population. I think the
Okay.
question of asking participation is a good question.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a good question. And so I would add, which category of arts would excite you the most?
That's exactly where I was headed. Yep.
Yeah, whether that would be live music in the park or, so we don't want to say music, painting, sewing, like that,
Yeah.
that's not that kind of question, but like the
Performance art.
the types of
Yeah.
things that we've done historically, what would get you the most exciting? Art exhibits or artists in action or
Okay,
music in the
so
park or blah, blah,
a
blah.
few of some categories, top 3, maybe it's category, what of the following categories of arts interest you the most?
Yeah.
And then we could have a listing of categories, participation in prior Snoqualmie arts events, That's a great one, because I would like to know, maybe the community would like more music up here. I would love more music around here.
Yes, me too.
So, okay.
Well, and one of the things that we could do is I do a couple of the music concerts every year. Maybe there's one that is done brought to you by the Arts Commission, and maybe it's more artistic than it is rock and roll, you know, maybe
it's
a group of-
local.
Yeah, local, or it's Bollywood dancers or something, you know, but you could also, to round out the season, one of them could be brought to you by the Arts Commission.
You know, Nicole, that would be super fun if you could do some kind of dance group that did something in the summer versus a band.
I agree.
That would be so fun. Like there's African dance groups that do, oh my gosh, they're amazing. That
Or
would be
even
super fun.
like African drumming groups, you know, those can be kind of
yeah.
interesting. So I mean, when I've done that in the past, when it's outdoor music, let's say concerts in the park, but it's done by the Arts Commission, it definitely has more of an artistic vibe than a mainstream rock and roll vibe. So
Good.
that could
It'd just be fun. I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be something different. I would totally dig it. It'd be super fun. Okay. So our goals are to find out if we've had participation and categories, and I think future participation, you know, likelihood. Do we want to know from our community if we have unsung artists out there?
Exactly.
Like people who are maybe don't know how to promote themselves.
That'd be cool. I did notice that, so I've also been doing survey for our creative district certification.
Oh, yep, that was our last topic on our list, was the district certification. How are you doing on that, Miss Michelle?
Well, I'm creating my own little spreadsheet kind of thing. And what I'm really excited about is that there's this one big wall, and in the town, I didn't highlight it on my notes, has one big wall, and it has prongs on it, and people hang their own murals, or, I mean, you know, paintings, sculptures, stuff, hang it on the wall, on a huge blank wall that they have in town. Is that cool? I mean, and it, you know, it has to be approved because somebody with a ladder has to go up and stick it up there. But it is, isn't that cool? I
Can't visualize this for some reason.
So
So
wouldn't that be kind of,
it's a wall inside the
no,
city
on the
hall?
outside, it's like, rather than a mural, it's a wall that has no windows. And people create their own artwork and it gets installed up there. You know, they have a certain size.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh,
awesome.
that's kind of cool. And how does it stay protected from the weather?
It's where this wall is. I don't know. And,
Huh.
so, and then they say something like to artists, if you use exterior paint rather than your typical oils, la, 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 and then, and, you know, which is really, really cool. But I got jazzed about that. So it's something that changes every month.
Oh, that's kind of, yeah, that would be kind of neat.
Yeah, I really like that. So I think it would be really neat to find something up on the ridge that might, there are so many doorways and wallways walking through to get from the
Oh,
main
those
track.
those little corridors that go between like
Yes.
center to the parking lots in the back.
Yes.
Mm.
And they're covered by roofs.
Yeah, that's true. They would be protected. They would be protected from the elements. Well, depends on the elements. We've had some crazy elements lately.
Yeah.
Yeah, this windy
What
one
was with
is-
that ice? I mean, what? What was
Yeah,
that?
so maybe on that week, we would quickly get them down, but but is that exciting? to
That's
think-
a really, so
Mhm.
what kind of research have you done in terms of the application process?
I have, what I'm trying to do is find, I found all the cities that have, for the state of Washington that are creative district certified are
Oh, cool.
listed by the date that they joined. We have, the highest population is 56,000 in Olympia. And then another one is, the lowest is in TWISP. Don't you love the name? TWISP.
Twisp is a lovely town.
It's a
Where I
great little
got my
town.
hubby
It's just-
from.
yeah.
1,035 humans live there.
Isn't it full of werewolves though, or something?
That's
Oh,
Forks.
I didn't
That's
know.
Forks.
Forks, yeah.
Yeah, my
that's
twists
the
and my
vampire
forks mixed
werewolf.
up. Sorry.
And you want to talk about a community of people who go to that place
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
because of, yeah. Twin Peaks
Wow.
got nothing on the werewolf vampire,
Oh,
breaking
great.
dawn,
Oh, well,
whatever
that's-
the name of that.
Hey,
My
their
son had to
Halloween
drive
might be
his
better
aunt
than
to
anybody else's.
Forks, yeah.
Yeah, that's, yeah. Anyway, I want to talk to the people who have done this, because if somebody in a town with 1,035 can belong to the Creative District Association, we sure should be able to do that. And here's another little thing. This will be the last thing I'll try to talk about. Deborah, there went her last name again, that I spoke to from North Bend when we had coffee at Bindlestick, and she said that I said to her, all these artists that I notice here in North Bend are pretty much the same, from the same list of the artists that I had at our wine walk, with the artist list. And she goes, they are, because they're all from Snow Valley. Preston, Falls City, and all of that. And so we're using all the same artists. They're moving from space to space. That said, Rainier Valley has a collective of little communities all together. And so does South Columbia area of, and they're calling it downtown Kennewick.
Kennewick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kennewick. They put it all together, and it's a collective group of artists that are all from the same area. So if ours were Snow Valley, we wouldn't be doing this alone. We wouldn't be doing this just for Snoqualmie. We would do it as a collective, because the artists come from, all around. I spent a lot of time with Lolly's last name, I cannot keep in my brain, but she was an artist there that does a plein air kind of painting with oil. And she says that she goes to, every town. So it makes sense to get everybody together on our creative district certification.
So, Michelle, I thought on the creative district application that one of the requirements was that the district be a contiguous area, like we couldn't do downtown and the Ridge. It has to be like one or the other. I thought that was one of the requirements on the application.
That might be so, but it contiguous, downtown and the Ridge, the separation, you're saying contiguous by keep on walking and you step from one space to another?
Yeah, it was a geographic, it has to be it's in the same area, in the same geographic area. So there can't be like a separation.
Is there a mileage requirement to say for this geographical zone? Maybe that's the question to ask.
Okay, I will do that. Thank you. So thank you, Kat. That's good for you too.
Yeah, thank you, because I think how many miles is it between? It's only like 2 miles, isn't it?
From what? No, it's 1.1.
1.1 between the Ridge and downtown Snoqualmie.
Yeah.
So it would,
Maybe,
Would that-
maybe it's actually 2. Yeah, all right, but my house, I mean, including getting out of my neighborhood to get to downtown Snoqualmie is 1.1 mile.
yeah, so it's a good question, Kat.
But you could, I think your cooperative idea, the artist, if they're like affiliated with the art gallery downtown, I mean, that's how you could get the artists incorporated from all over by that, if they're affiliated with that business.
Right,
Or-
MSAG, yeah, Mount Si
Right.
Artists Guild, of which
Yeah,
I'm a member.
yeah. So I think, that's one way to incorporate all the artists from all over the valley would be potentially through them if it can't be like the Ridge or Snoqualmie or North Bend because of the geographic location.
Geographical, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That was something that wasn't totally clear. Okay. Well,
Okay.
So Google says that it's 2.8 miles from Saints and Scholars to Carousel.
okay,
But the outer city limits might be even closer.
Might
than
be more
Carousel.
so. Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
All I know is when I used to run from the laundromat to the to the library up here, it was 1.5 miles. Because
Yeah.
I was doing a 2 mile loop. So it would be like 1 mile to there. So no, it was almost 2 miles, from there. So it was a 4 mile loop.
okay.
I don't run that anymore. I'm too old for that stuff. Forget it. I'll walk up the hill now.
It's better for you, and your knees will, and your ankles will thank you very much.
That is all fake. Running does not hurt your knees.
Oh,
In
that's
fact,
good.
why people call it runner's knee is actually it's a hip problem. Typically, it's more your IT band and your hips. It's not your knees.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I
I-
ran probably 25 half marathons.
Wow.
so no, that's all. Oh, it's runner's knee. No, it's IT band and it's a hip thing. So now we've got a mission statement. This is exciting. It's a mission
Awesome.
statement.
and
Who's excited? Everybody.
is it done?
Woo!
Well, I don't know if it's done, but Dennis did some nice work. Thank you, Dennis, for doing some nice work.
If you could look in
Um,
your email right now, I have some changes
Where am I looking?
in your email. I sent it out just before, right around 5 o'clock today. I just thought of some ways to polish it, that's all. It's the same thing, but I don't know.
I did too. I just changed a few little adjectives.
Well, why don't we go ahead and just change it while we're working through this and versus trying to find things in the email and then, because right now I can't see you guys because I'm now looking around in my email. Oh,
Okay.
goodness.
All right. Would have been nice if I was smart enough to. Okay, so can I find my email? What happens? Yeah, how do I do this? Do I lose
I'll
you?
pull it up. I'll pull it up here.
Okay.
Can you
You're
throw
gonna
it in
throw
a
it
Word
up.
doc?
Are you not feeling well? You're gonna throw up? Okay, yeah, so that's my email. Oh, it is my email. Yeah, so we're gonna start.
I'm gonna try to do what you said, Donna, and let me put it.
Just throw it in a Word doc, I
I
think.
can't find Word on this computer. I'll just put it on a clean, I'll just put it on a clean email. That's the best I can do. Darn it. Okay.
And I couldn't attach it. I don't know what was wrong with getting things to the government.
I hate this mouse I'm working with. Okay, this is the best I can do right now.
Okay,
Okay. All right, so,
There we go.
I
All
don't
right.
think there's a public.
so Dennis's real one is in here and it's in black print. And any change that I wanted to make, I have put in with red brackets.
Yeah, okay,
And
already I can tell you, we can't call it public because it's by the city, it's the Snoqualmie Arts.
Yeah.
Commission.
I
right,
was gonna say, and then why would we put an apostrophe S mission when it
that,
says
that's
the
in case,
mission?
instead of using the mission of Snoqualmie Arts, it might be Snoqualmie Art Commission's.
Oh, I see
Oh,
what you're
I don't
saying.
like-
So
I don't like
remove
mission
those
next to
first four
mission.
letters, first
Yeah.
4 words, and
Yeah.
start with Snoqualmie Arts Commission's mission.
Or
Yeah,
what about
I don't
these
like that
Snoqualmie?
already. A commission mission, I don't know.
I agree. I think the wording of that sounds a little,
The Snoqualmie Arts Commission.
Cause missions.
Okay, well, but here's the
How
other
about-
thing, we might not need to say mission in it because the title is a mission statement, so you could just say, the Snoqualmie Arts Commission will enhance, you know.
Right, thank you.
So will enhance.
Will
Not is.
enhance.
Our goal, maybe,
I think will.
I
you
like
like
that.
will?
enhance.
Yeah,
I'm giving you guys a gift. I hate doing typing for people when they can see it.
Oh, I'm with you because I.
it's
can
okay.
tell.
I
It is a
hate
gift.
it. It's
It
so
is a gift. You're
anxious.
doing the work.
Will enhance the cultural and aesthetic quality of life in
In our
our-
community or of our community.
our community.
I
in
think
a-
in our
Okay,
community.
yeah, okay, take off of.
And Kat, you had some changes. I think you said polished it up. So please speak up about what your thoughts are too.
Yeah, it's just when there was some redundancy in wording,
Yeah,
I
And
came
and
up,
that's what I was seeing.
I was
Um,
coming up with some, alternative words. to
okay.
use.
How
Can
about
we not
if-
capitalize in?
I'll fix that when I get to it, Donna.
Okay.
Just
All
what
right.
if we say the first sentence just says the Snoqualmie Arts Commission will enhance the cultural and aesthetic quality of life in our community, period, and then do the next sentence? Will act, I don't know, it's a long sentence, or,
No,
Yeah,
no,
it is a long sentence.
it is.
I think you're correct by doing period.
and then how do we start the next sentence?
Okay, let me think.
Do we have to start it with anything but actively pursuing?
No,
the
we don't.
placement?
Actively
I think-
pursuing the placement of,
We can just put the commission actively pursues the placement of public art.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, bold it like you're yelling at me.
yeah.
I have a neighbor who texts all in caps for everything. So,
The Snoqualmie Arts Commission will
do
actively.
you want wine? It's yelling at me.
Yeah, well, actively pursue, uh-huh,
The placement of public art in public spaces.
That's where I wanted to interject, since there was quite a bit of public going on there. How about,
oh,
public
we don't have any other public, the public was taken out.
No,
public art?
public art in public
Oh.
spaces.
Oh,
in community
there they
spaces.
are, okay,
I
Yeah,
think we just
public-
put community spaces.
community
Yeah,
spaces.
Public
thank
art
you.
and community spaces. And that way, and then it's not the third one when we, develop public access to the arts. There were just too many public in there.
Right. Okay, will actively pursue the placement of public art in community spaces. And I wanted to put comma, serving to preserve.
I think I liked wow
While, did I have while on there?
instead of and, because you have a
Yes,
lot of ands.
yeah.
I'm not a fan of
Get rid of the
multiple
and.
ands.
While,
So spaces while,
yeah,
While serving to preserve. So remove the and, serving to
Serving.
preserve. Because you have an and there too. That's why I wanted to change and develop. And then we've got another
Community,
public.
how about just
Develop.
access? We don't need to say public again because
I
we've
don't think we
already
need to
said it.
say public
That will
again.
already be the second one, but that, which is fine. Then it's not like 3 in 1 sentence, but
Right, the SAC will, I like that.
Well, so is that a good sentence then? The SAC will actively pursue the placement of public art in community spaces while serving to preserve and develop public access to the arts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dennis
And,
and Steve, what are your thoughts?
This is the worst poetry slam I've ever been to.
You're actively pursuing art.
very
right
good
now,
point.
Steve.
we need some more beers here, so.
And,
Amen.
there are too many, many of the sentences begin with the, and that's why I
Okay,
have
so,
them.
so you say art is an important,
I guess I have a different mission because the one I'm reading says the continued vitality of the arts in the city of Snoqualmie is a vital part of the future. Where
That's
is all of
down,
that?
that's lower. That comes a little later.
Wait, I thought that's the copy I got too from the.
Right. I don't know where that is. It's not,
It's down here. The continued vitality. Oh,
so
this
the copy
is on
I
4.
had,
Yeah,
it was the second sentence.
right.
Yeah.
But Michelle's idea was to take the sentence from underneath it and put it up. No, maybe not. Okay, the continued vitality. Vitality and vital are happening together.
But we
in
can
that
change,
sentence.
the vital part to is an essential part. So we can leave vitality, but just
Yeah,
take
I like
vital
vitality.
and change vital to
To
essential part.
essential. It is an essential part, or do you want it just to be is essential to the future rather than have it be part? I guess part makes,
Essential part of the future,
is an essential part to the,
of the future.
of the future.
how about is essential to the city and its citizens?
Where's future in that? I mean, is future something that we should? I like what you're saying, and that's why I said and its citizens rather than as well as of its.
It's actually not citizens, it's residents. We have to say residents.
Oh, okay, thank you. Essential to the city and its residents, period. Ta-dun, ta-dun, ta-dun. So I was thinking that that sentence sounded better down at the bottom. The part at the top about enriching went with, okay, as an important part of economic and cultural life. That's the red, is the Michelle stuff. See where that little thing looks like a diamond? It is related to.
I feel like it's running on and on and on.
Yeah,
If you ask me.
And we're
In my
actually,
opinion, that's kind of where I'm seeing is,
redundant.
I'd like it to be more concise. We don't
Concise.
have to continue to say cultural life of our community is enriched by arts. Vitality of the arts is essential to the city and the residents. I feel like just say it once, but
Yeah.
say it clean and concise
I agree.
makes a more powerful
Mhm.
statement.
I agree. with you.
Agreed.
So let's, which of those, do you want to highlight them?
Yeah, I'm getting lost in it because I think
yeah,
that
I'm getting
first
lost
sentence.
and I've got to get to the city council meeting at 7, so we don't have that much more time.
Okay,
What
so,
if,
Right.
what if we all did our little bit and emailed them out to everybody? And then we could, come up with that concise, because I feel like
So-
we're gonna kind of drag on here. a
as
little
it
bit.
is,
Yeah.
yes.
I feel the two first sentences are solid and seem to be a good opening statement. I think it just needs maybe 2 more sentences.
Right,
Not talking about the appointment part because that's just a final, but the 2 more sentences, which addresses cultural and economic
Right.
prosperity, if you will, for our community and
what about
residents.
history?
I think we just want to get something very concise. We
Okay,
can talk about continuing a theme of history and vitality within our community. But so that Nicole Levy can get to her, and I am fading pretty fast. I'm not feeling really great. But to
Well-
Kat's point, let's go ahead and
How about if I take this and I'll send it to you guys, but don't, as a quorum caution, don't all of you be chiming in on the same email, you know, so maybe just a couple of you take it and wordsmith it.
I think that sounds good.
I would,
Yeah.
Who would like to wordsmith? I think Dennis, you did an amazing job. Would
I
like
do
to
too.
continue to concise and consolidate, Dennis?
I'll give that a stab.
Okay,
Okey-dokey.
I'll
With-
save this.
And it seems,
Donna?
Michelle, you have the most passion around having some contributions here. Would you like to work with Dennis on that?
I sure would.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Donna, one last thing I'd like to add is to facilitate the public arts. Can we put like or somewhere incorporate in there we want to facilitate and celebrate the public arts?
Okay, again, Nicole, would 3 people be okay?
Yeah, I think so. So
Okay.
where did you say
Pat
that?
and Michelle and
Yes.
Dennis.
Okay,
If the
last-
3
the
of you,
last
but
sentence.
again, concise. It should, I mean, if a mission statement runs on and on and on, it's not a mission statement anymore.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's
Become a
important to realize that there's-
constitution. Yeah,
there's-
so,
there's typically a mission statement and then there's separately a vision statement. And they're
Yes.
2 very distinct
very
things.
different. So, but I think you guys are all on the right path. I have confidence in the 3 of you coming together and building out. The first 2 sentences are great. I think it's just 2 more sentences talking about some history, encouraging economic and artistic.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm just not feeling very good now.
No, it's
but
fine. Yeah.
Are we good now we got everything, any final businesses?
No, I think I brought forth to you guys everything I needed to do, so I'll send you guys a follow-up email about the mission statement, and then maybe just a reminder if there's any sort of questions you want, and then I'll work to figure out a way to get this survey out to the community.
All right, so what we owe is a couple questions to Nicole for the survey. We have an idea of what our goals are, right? So some questions around, love that, categories. I think that's genius, because I think that's a true statement. We're kind of shooting in the dark on what our community wants. So we owe that to Nicole, and then Kat and Dennis and Michelle are gonna tighten up our mission statement together. And then also I'd like the team to ask to provide any feedback on how we're doing in terms of our new organizing our work throughout the year. Definitely, if you have ideas or thoughts of something we should incorporate it. I just started with a simple Excel spreadsheet, but I'm not married to it. I definitely would like to know that.
okay.
Okay, because we've changed the way we operate. It used to be kind of really structured around wine walks, and
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that this is a team kind of putting our
Thank you.
arts together.
I love that. I love that.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. Do you want
All
to
right.
adjourn
Well-
at 6:55?
I think we can adjourn at 6:55. Nicole's got to run down the stairs and get to the meeting.
Dawn, I hope you feel better.
Yeah,
Donna,
I
yeah.
am better. I was a lot, December was rough. I'm not gonna lie. December was not good. But yes, thank you. Too many trips to
right.
the doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good night, all.
All right,
Thank you
good
so
night. Thank
much.
you.
Right.
And happy new year to you all.
Thank you. Take good
Thank you.
care.
Take
And-
good care too.
and-
Bye-bye.
Call on me, Donna. I want you to let me help somehow.
Oh, yeah, it's yeah, it's a long discussion, but gratefully I am not going to end up with a longer illness, so I'm happy for that. All right,
That's-
but good input, good thoughts. I'm so excited. I love the art train. I mean, I'm hopeful that that this is more of a collaborative teamwork thing versus being told what to do.
That's great. Yes, that's my wish. Thank
That's
you.
my wish too. All right, I'm gonna go and eat a little something and go to bed.
All righty. Take
All
good.
right, well, take care. Good to see you.
Okay,
Okay, bye.
bye.